I'm still, like, I feel like I'm still nowhere. Worst part is when I, like, randomly drop into a stream who also plays the game and they draft rooms and I'm like, what is this room? I never seen this room in my drafts ever. It's almost a little bit sad. Okay. So yes, I will just run rhythm music in the background because mostly this game has no sound, no music, which is disappointing to some degree. Okay, last time we didn't get far. I will take my allowance of wonderful 2 coins. We always see the same thing here. I will first and foremost go to the shed. And let's see what we can put down there. The interesting part is that apparently the shelter works with the date and times in the game and not real time or real dates. Because you should eat dates and, you know, like dessert. And the other dates you should date. Now this is completely new. Schoolhouse adds 8 classrooms to today's draft pool. The heck? Okay. Let's have a look. Never seen this room. Not even in other streams. Herbie. And we get a key. Oh, here's another gas valve for outside. Now that is very good. Very good. Okay, letters to read. Can I open this? No. That is sad. Closing address. For the last 38 years, it has been my pleasure of serving as your schoolmaster in this humble little facility. And meager as it may look by modern standards, I think most of us who spend our afternoons here will readily admit that we are reluctant to see this small piece of Reddington history go. I first wish to thank you, Lady Epson, our most gracious host today, for not only paying attention in my classes those many years ago, but for all the fundraising she has done on behalf of our community and our children. Without her, Reddington Elementary would still be a distant and blurry vision, a vision that I dared not even dream. That dreamer is, of course, the incomparable Mrs. Peterson, our future principal and my reluctant successor, who I might add, forced me to give this speech, so I think I'll end my praise of her there, though she deserves much more, I will admit. To the architect of our new school, the Baron Sinclair, thank you for following in your father's footsteps in building Reddington yet another school, and for also allowing the use of your own private residence and floor plans to serve as our interim facility until the new campus is completed in March. A decision I'm certain he will immediately regret tomorrow morning when he hears the children running through his halls. And lastly, I wish to thank all my students, many of you here today whom I have not seen in years, whose faces I still remember as young and manners wild and loud music. Let's tone it down a little bit. Those here whose parents before them I have also taught, and whose children I may yet. Without you, I would have had a lifetime of quiet peace. And yet, what is all the peace in the world if you have no one to bestow the demerits upon? Thank you all sincerely. My time here has meant the world to me, and if I'm still standing in 8 months, I will see you all at a slightly less melancholic ribbon-cutting ceremony next year. Better joke to end? ? Remember to give Miss Peterson her gift. The term gift is really funny if you understand German, because exactly the same word means something completely different in German. So in English, gift means a present, but gift is also a German term, and it means poison. Yes. Huh. So much for the German lesson today. Congratulations. Okay. Let me guess, this activates the third flame? What happens when all 4 flames are lit? I wonder. The mountain turns out to be the final optional boss. Oh wait, this is not Final Fantasy 15? I wish I could take this lamp with me. Was this lamp before here? Heck? Okay. I don't think there's anything else in this room. No. Okay. But this means progress, and that is good. Progress obtained. Just like that. Yeah. Well, I do not expect to reach the antechamber anytime soon, despite that the game constantly let me get near. Especially since I know there's a dynamite to obtain, which we cannot do today because it is tied to a specific room in the shed. There's the foundation up there, which I still say that I have not yet an idea how to activate the elevator there, since the premonition told us that there are 8 red letters, but we will only be able to obtain 7, and I have found 1. Which is not much. Well. Hmm. Well, sure, let's just use our existing key in the hopes we obtain useful things. Well, I sacrificed one key and got two back, so not the most ideal situation, but hey. The bedroom, the billiard room, or the nook? I'll take the billiard room. I kinda don't want to pay attention to the pictures today. I'd rather just try to put down rooms. 2. That's 12, that's 8. 9, 20, 12, 2, 6. Wait, that's a multiplication and a division, right? Wouldn't it mean it's back 20? Yeah. And we get the silver key. Okay. Okay. Silver key. Let's put down the den. It's gonna give us a gem, which is good. We don't really have many coins yet, but putting down the shop would be not a bad idea, but the pantry is also really good, so let's go with the pantry. We get some steps back and 4 coins. Interesting. Let's put down the El Biblioteca. And I saw that you actually are able to get up here, but it serves no actual purpose other than looking at statistics of your own game. I mean, it's nice to have it, but mostly it is not very useful. Even here, it's like, sure, it's nice. It's nice to see this. Yeah, The Office, I've seen The Office only once in my drafts. The wine cellar is also extremely rare in my drafts. It's more rare than the boiler room, actually. So, yeah. Okay, we get the extreme generous save 1 coin on each purchase you make estate thing. So last time I basically Last time I basically got myself the fixed stars because I was curious if it is exactly the book that we have in the observatory, and that is true. I would say that the history of Orindia is gonna be an interesting one. Nothing there. So let's see what we get here. Aha, here is one of those classrooms. While drafting in classroom, you may draw new floor plans one time for each room in your house. Okay. I will place this down because literally never seen this room, so and it will place a lot of classrooms down today. Colors. Yes. An apple. Good. Nice. Color worksheet. Fill each object below with its correct color. My favorite color is... Okay. Red flag. The alphabet. Grade 1. A B plus. My favorite color is red. Aye. Depending. B minus. What is better, B plus or B minus? I don't work with letter systems. Favorite color is red. My favorite color is red. Each color is only used twice. And here I hope that one of them would maybe here. Caleb, you must really like red. My favorite color is red. Which only did color the red objects red. Okay. I was actually hoping to see one of those sheets, but like the colors are all wrong. So you can be like, oh, you're the one with the color blindness. Which is not a bad thing, by the way. It's completely fine. Can you find the difference? Yes, I can. That's an E in the classroom. Classroom. That's an E in the classroom. Now that I write down because it's a new room. This is surprisingly a boring room that actually doesn't really have anything except for an apple. Surprising. Into a storeroom or the code check. I would say we go into the storeroom. Because then we get a coin, a key, and a gem. Which is good. Now... To retrace our step. Maybe this I should look. Lock and clock, that's C in the library. C in the library. That's new. Okay. Not against that. Okay. Peak and P, it's a K. In pantry. Pantry. K. Okay. Said I wouldn't do this, but hey. I lied. T in den. That is a repetition. Let's see what we get here. Well, I would say we put down the nook here. That's an H in nook. Where's nook? Nook, nook, nook. Tom Nook. That is actually... No, that is a repetition. I have a feeling that when I find like a repetition, it means that I have found all the letters. I think. That's an E in hallway. Yay. Yes. Okay, let's see where this is leading. Hi, Bob. There we go. Well, will I risk that? I think I kinda don't. I put that down, but I'm not going in yet. The game really wants me to fail a lot today. Not very nice of the game. Okay, the bedroom or the observatory. Of course, I get now the choice of the observatory when I have no gem. That's mean. Well, the bedroom it is. Maybe the bedroom gives me a gem. Instead, it gives me an apple. That's an S in the bedroom. Bedroom, that is new. So how's it going, chat? What's going on? I guess So I'm gonna put down the West Wing Hall. Let's have a look for potential coins. Plane and plan. That's an E in West Wing Hall. The West Wing Hall. That's an E. I'm working on a commission for someone. They are unsatisfied with the code someone wrote for them, and I'm now checking it out. Well, may it improve under your skillful eye. Kitchen corridor. Or the closet. I will be mean and put down the closet. I get it. A gem and a die. A dice. Stars and stairs. That's an eye in the closet. That's an eye in the closet. Okay. It's my only way forward. It's pretty dangerous. I feel like I should put down the courtyard, not the dark room. It also gives me access to at least one item, which is the metal detector. That is appreciated. I would still love to actually get the shovel for once in my life. It's crazy how rare the shovel for me is. The chapel, the parlor, or the drawing room, but let's do the parlor. The parlor has a tier tie, that's an R. R. The parlor. That is a repetition. Let's see. The gems are in the false box. Okay. The gems are in the false box. The only one of the other boxes is false. Only one of the other boxes is false, and they both say the gems are in the false box. Only one of the other boxes is false. So this is a lie? And these are truths? And they say the gems are in the false box, so it's in this box. Gimme, gimme, gimme. There we go. It really, really wants my chapel. It doesn't want my chapel, but it really wants me to place down a chapel. Which I don't want. A cot and a coat. So it's an A in corridor. I think that's new. No, it's not. It's actually a repetition. Okay. Let's see. I think I want to put down the security here. The security pilot plot. That's an I in security. That is actually new. Strange. That's a lot of letters in security. Okay. Inventory, okay. Card system. Down to low. The offline mode goes to unlocked. And I want to log into the network. Lovely, as always. Staff services, special orders. I want a shovel for the 50 millionth time. And the rest is not important. Okay. Let's see where this is leading us. Yes, I really want to put down the furnace. No. The boiler room. The game gives me finally the boiler room. I mean, I'm not seeing the boiler room for the very first time, but this is the first time in its release state that I enter the boiler room. That's good. The boiler room is, well, it's like the pump room. You have to redirect certain things to certain places. Otherwise, you cannot proceed. And it's gonna be not fun actually, but like sadness. Okay, we basically need to get this so we can actually go over there. God, I forgot mostly how this all works. So basically, you put this, so you create steam. So I know, crazy. Then it goes here. Now this distributes the steam to 3 sources. But only 3. And this is not the configuration you want. So this goes to the main. This goes to the main, and this goes to that. Which is fine, except you cannot go through the door. I have to look at it. There is a potential that you need to unlock the door from the other side. Yes, because you cannot stick your arm through this at all. Completely impossible. Nor is it impossible to step over there and over the Okay, so the other solution, if you don't like this, there's an elevator there. So our next idea is like, okay, I need this elevator to work. Therefore, we need this. So now is the question, does this produce already what I need? Probably not. So first things first, we need this generator to work. Which means we need to do this first. I wish this room was easier. Like, sadly this room is not easier. Also, it is really annoying. So it's doing this. And you're like, And now comes the funny part. You need to stop this at the correct moment. There is no correct moment. There's only RNG. Horrible RNG, by the way. I'm lucky. Okay, good. So now this boy is producing steam, which is good. Which produces steam, and then I can put this here. And this brings down the elevator. Now I can go up. And I can put this on. I can also open this, which is good. And we also have to do stuff here, which is fun, I guess. Yeah. I'm not sure if we can actually bring out all the energy for this. Potentially we can. As far as I know, I can do this and still use the elevator. Yeah. So this produces now this here. But that's just one. This is just one, and we need 3. 3! So we need the energy from this as well. And from whatever that there is. So this at least is 1. Now we go back down. Now our next question is how to provide energy to the other 2. So this one produces the energy for that. But we don't necessarily need this anymore, because this is producing its own energy up there. So now we shove the energy up instead over there, because that is not necessary anymore. And now we need the energy in this valve. This needs energy. This doesn't need energy. And I think... let's see. This is necessary for the bridge. And this... is necessary for the energy of that door, but So this gives energy to the door. And to this, which we actually don't know what it actually does. So this would give the energy up where we need it, and this would open the gateway. That would mean we can access the middle from here. The only thing that we cannot activate is this door. Now I have 3 energy. 3 energy. But here's the funny part. Why is this door so special? This door is special because you need to, if you want to proceed, you need this door. But this is the most annoying thing about the boiler room. Because you not necessarily understand where this energy is going. So if you put it to the right side, it is for this specific door. But you can also send it forward or to the left side. One of those directions, forward or left, sends the energy to the laboratory. That I know. It's just that I don't understand how you can determine which one is for the laboratory. That is the strange part. Really weird. And apparently it only needs this energy once, because I just redirected the steam to the other side and it didn't mind. It still produces the same energy. So I guess I can solve the entire room because of that. I would need this pipe. What if this? I still don't know what this is doing. As far as I understand, I should be able to redirect this to there, but that would interrupt that. So I guess not. Let's see. This is such a loud room. Oh, yeah, that is a problem. That is a problem. I need energy for both. Can I even do that? If I do this, can I direct the energy from the boiler in the middle? Is that possible? Let's see. I can't see because I need... Okay, that means I'm redirecting this. I can redirect this. Why is this complicated room so complicated? This is silly. So silly. Let's see. Can I change? Or do you even need to? What happens if I do this? It's closing it again. Okay. Okay. So the question is, can I okay, which pipe is this? This one. So it needs to go there. That would be this setting. Yep. That would be this setting. But it also means that I need to do this. So, can I set this? Yes, I can. I think. Sorry. So this is possible. Huh, this is possible? But it's not receiving energy from that. Okay. What if I do this? No? I managed to give this thing energy, I think? Is this the only possible setting for this? No, this is the other possible setting. Okay. Problem is, this works, but the problem is I cannot go there. Because for that, I would need this to work. But if I interrupt this, then this will not receive energy. So I almost wish I had a redirecting valve from this generator. Huh. I've made some eggs. Nice. Tasty eggs. Okay, how do I... So, this one needs definitely energy. This needs definitely energy, and you can do it in this fashion if I want to. But if I do that, then I need access to the elevator. If I get the elevator, then I cannot provide energy through this tube. And that is the weird part, because I feel like that this middle boiler here should also produce energy here, but it doesn't. That's strange. I go up here for no reason, because mostly this doesn't tell me anything. There's no valve. Kinda need to go to that part and direct it. There. There. Up. I didn't sleep at all, so hopefully eggs and coffee will keep me going. No. Ebito, you must sleep. Sleep is important. Okay, this is already pointing to the right side. But I didn't want it to point to the right side. Did I? Ah, yeah. I wanted... Okay. This. I wanted this. Now is the question, does that send steam? No, it doesn't. Yeah. That is not helpful. What if I send the steam in this direction? Will it change anything? It's definitely not sending steam down there. Let's put it this way. How does it look like now? No. So the boiler itself will never produce any steam. It's just a receiver for steam. Okay, that doesn't help at all. It doesn't help at all because then it's basically not possible. Then it's basically not possible because I can only serve always one setting. And to make both settings able, I would need steam coming down this pipe. But I wouldn't know how. That's extremely annoying. This is extremely annoying. This also serves no purpose. This was only used to pump steam in here with the other pipes to activate this. Now it doesn't need this anymore as it is already running. So this setting can go permanently in this direction, which basically just opens this door. The question is, what is this doing? That is the next question. Oh, Epitone, I know. It's not like you're not trying. I know. I just wish I could like create like a fluffy soft hammer, toy hammer, like a plushy hammer that you could like literally take and bonk yourself on the head and you would like fall asleep in the next 5 minutes. For the next 6 to 8 hours. I could do that with a real hammer. You could, but it is not very life compatible, so I would prefer the plushy hammer. Okay, how can you direct energy there? It works, I can do it, but the problem is, if I do it, then I cannot use this elevator. And I cannot use this walkway. So what the game basically is trying to tell me is that you actually need to reach the boiler room from this door. From this door. Because then you can set the boiler room to have this active. And the only way to reach it is basically like coming from the other side through this door. I just don't know what this actually does. This opens the seal here in front of the door, which makes perfect sense. Okay, when I would do the other setting down there, then I cannot use the elevator And I cannot use this walkway. Okay. I also don't know. Like I said, I don't know which direction goes in which thing. I'm going to leave it on this. I will go down. I'm not in the market for craters in my skull. That's good. Okay, so we need energy in this pipe, which we can do with this. Can we do another setting than that? We can also do this, which is probably the better setting, since this provides the energy for this device, but it also provides energy for this device, which I have no idea what it does. So I'm doing this. I get this, and now my goal is more or less trying to reach that other side. Meanwhile, let's first see where this is leading. Only into terror and horror. I see. I would say we put down the dark room, which is going to turn itself off here. It's okay. I cannot see what I'm basically drawing here, so I will just randomly choose to put this down. And I kind of expected that I will get this room. The moment it opened and showed me exactly this room, I was like, great. Absolutely great. This is one of the worst rooms in the entire game. I hate it. Well, that was terrible. Finally some quiet. Silence. Okay. We're gonna use a normal key. All of this is shit. Yeah, I have. Well, I could redraw. Oh, let's do it. Who fucking cares, right? Great, and it is not much better. Sure. There's my lab that I literally need. Sadly, no items. Tub and tube, that's an E in the gym. That is new. E. Gym. And we first going to draft this room. Let's see what we can put down there. Well, let's do the normal key. Lovely game. Really lovely. I love it. Love. Wow. Well, guess I'm going to put down the chapel. And I try not to go into it. I also think there are no items in there. Okay. So our next our next try is hopefully to reach the boiler room from the other side, which well, leaves us not many choices. It is time for the boudoir. Sadly, the boudoir is not giving us any additional items, but we will definitely get the gem. Okay. We also have, oh, that's new. Grain and rain, so it's a G. So it's a G in the boudoir. Boudoir. Game really wants to screw me over. I'm gonna risk that. Yes, it sucks. It sucks to lose half of my steps. There we go. The broken lever. You are adorable. I know, right? So are you. Okay. Shit. Yeah, come on. Do I want to use a special key? Or do I use a normal? No, we use the normal key. You fucker. Oh no, this is so stupid. Oh, this is not good. I have to do it. No matter how much I hate it, I have to do it. Oh no. Yeah, key. This not bad. I already got all the informations from this room. The question is, does it have power? No. I set the setting in the boiler room to the right side. So the right side is not the lab. Okay, boiler room energy right. Right, not lab. Yeah. So that becomes completely useless then. There's also no need to use this computer. I can connect it to security though, if I want to. Yeah, already solved that puzzle. Not gonna do that again. Is this room giving me something like a beaker, a glass bottle, a vial, a tube? Because I still have a kitchen with flowing water. And I still don't know for what I need that. For what do I need flowing water? What are the pictures? Tie and time. So it's an M in the lab. An M in the lab. I didn't note down the lab last time. M in lab. Okay, there's no... I mean, I can put the settings, but I feel like the settings only work when there's power. So preset settings is most likely not going to do anything. Experiment setup. In laboratory, you are free to experiment by testing and combining different mechanics to create an original and unique house feature that will last until the end of the day. Choose a cause from column A and an effect from column B. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, gain 1 star. Add a small chest to the entrance hall. Set your dice to 2. When you drive the red room, lose 5 steps and then... Each time you eat an apple. Each time you unlock or bypass a security door, gain a star or set your dice to 2. Oh. That's mean because both of those are very good. Combine. Do you want to create and activate this experimental house feature? After approval, this experimental feature will remain active for the rest of the day. Start. Started. Press enter to go back to the main menu. Okay. Research logs. None found. Okay. Log into network. Here we go again. Only the office. Data transfer. Remote terminal access. I still have... I mean, I have not put down the office yet. I just wonder... Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, here I am. And this is my only door. Which I cannot use. Shit. So I go back here. And this is my only door that I cannot use. There's only one more way to proceed. This is not a very friendly day at all. Well, I guess I have to... Now I have to... Shit. When you enter the gymnasium, lose 2 steps. And every time you enter? Okay, so I can do 2 things. I can try to draft the room from there, which I should do definitely. So either I need the elevator or whatever. Yes. So if I get the elevator, then I cannot support this, but that doesn't matter. I should use a normal key. You bastard. Okay. Well, we have to use the archives. I hate it, but it is what it is. Yeah, get coins. Who fucking cares? Okay. Planet and plane, that's a T in archives. That is new. Okay. That is new. Well. Aha. Okay, I will note that down. Okay, so if I direct energy to the right. Oh. Interesting. That is so very specific. That is like so difficult to achieve then. So if I understand this correct, you have the boiler room, you can direct it in 3 directions. These 3 directions correspond with each door to the boiler room. And only specific rooms seem to have a connection to, well, this here. See, here's the boiler room and it directs the energy here. So that means the actual rooms that need this specific energy need either to be connected directly to the boiler room or connected to one of those rooms that transfer it further. That's pretty mean. Dining room is not going to help me, nor is the classroom. I need access to the left side, and this one I don't know what it is. The kitchen, and I have no gem. Yay! Getting screwed by RNG again. Yeah, cool. Thank you, game. That sucks. That sucks so hard. Yep, that is really shitty. What do we have? Pint and paint, so it's an E in coat. Check. A coat. Check. Okay, which item am I going to leave here? Going to check an item. That's a good question. I stumble upon the metal detector a lot. The broken lever is something I see very rarely. I know what the broken lever is doing. It is also extremely specific and not necessary. The silver key is interesting for a few reasons. The silver key also might completely... you know what? Here, have the silver key. Can you check more than one? No. Okay. 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 Okay, I can do that. Depending if the steps let me do it, I feel like I want to try at least something. So I'm going to direct it towards this direction. That means this actually did turn off. Okay. Okay, don't go in there. Hi Bob. How's it going? Don't be alarmed, this is an audio save. There we go. Okay. So the direction is to be taken exactly as it is. Okay. This room has a connection to this. That's good. When I had it on right side settings, it didn't work. It didn't work because there were no rooms for it. Yet now is the question, okay, can I check this out without actually going into the room? I think this room doesn't have any, yeah. Okay, what if I go back? Set it back to the right side. I'm not sure. I think the weight room has also no connections for those. Okay, this is a bit redundant, I get it, but... yeah. Well, I learned a few new things about this room, which is good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is redirecting to the right side. So we see the energy is going here. This specific room doesn't have anything. And oh, the weight room transfers energy, which means the lab receives energy. Aha. Good. And I already know what I need to do here. I did write it down somewhere. There we go. Push 3 up after 9. So it has now energy. Do I need to... Oh. 9 and 3. Okay. What now? Is this a permanent unlock? Oh, it's going to open one of the doors outside, isn't it? Nice. Interesting. The Black Bridge Grotto has been powered and permanently unlocked. Each day you may access one offline terminal from the network. Each day you may access one offline terminal from the network. Oh! That is actually huge, because that means, if I understand this correctly, then I basically just need security, log into the network and access the offline terminal from the office. That's what I understand from this. Which is weird, because they say like the terminal is offline. The terminal is offline, but you can reach it. Sure, bro. Can I reach it from here? I wonder. Because if I can reach office, I can actually read emails. Or it is tied specifically to the grotto outside. It's currently offline. Would you like to connect to this terminal using a Black Bridge connection? Yes. Run payroll? Spread gold in estate? The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. These coins are distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the estate. What is run payroll? After running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid chamber currently on the estate. I see. So it's a risk play. Because every room, well, almost every room from the staff are red rooms. There's no need to do this because this day is basically over. Electronic mail. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office. But if I connect remotely, shouldn't I be able to do that? Which I'm basically doing right now. Why does it say that email can only be read in the office? And then I connect to the office computer and it only gives me run payroll, spread gold, and log into network. That is strange. Okay, it says I can only access one offline terminal per day. Let's see if I can trick it. I don't think so I can. No terminal access. What if I choose now the shelter, but it's not going to work? Yeah, okay. Okay. I see. Okay. Okay. This is huge. This is a permanent unlock. That's good. I also understand how the boiler room now works. Yeah, there is basically nothing left to do. Yeah, there is nothing else to do. Call it a day. Yes. No. It's already done. Okay. Save and continue. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to that specific door. Oh yes. Well, first I grab my allowance. And throw in a coin. I wonder if this is just an RNG plus factor that improves your RNG for the day, or if it is meant as just make a wish every day until a certain limit is reached. Here we are. Grotto. So what is this? Okay, I expected many things, but not like Skynet and the Matrix in one. Okay. Interesting, I guess. in before they expect us to figure out some kind of code with the lights. That would be horrible. Okay, there are specific symbols on the ground. A small data microchip looks like it might be able to be plugged in somewhere. For example, this table. Okay, so the grotto has a specific door to access. You are most likely meant to find 3 microchips. Okay. Okay. What are you doing? Admin key. Oh, admin key. Mrs. Babbage. The admin key is Babbage. Admin not found. Ah. Well, I have a few things that I could try to put in. I don't think it's just gonna be numbers, but I can try. 11, 21, 28, I'm sorry. Okay, that is not correct. 9083. 9083. Okay, 9083. Okay. 14, 20, 20, 22, 7. 14, 22, 7. That's not how people pronounce numbers. 615. Okay. 328. Okay. Simon. Yeah. Herbert. Epson. Bob. The admin is Bob. Okay. I don't know. That's too bad. That is too bad. I don't think we are supposed to take this microchip with us. Because I'm very honest, I have not seen any place that would require microchip. That's point one. Point two, it shows me clearly that it wants 2 more microchips for this specific place. You. Okay. 1100? Well. Grotto. 1100. Or IIOO. IIOO. I think this is the only piece of paper around here. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I have no idea. How is this even a hint? Unless... yeah. I like how I only look on the right side, not like the left side. Left side doesn't exist at all. Like, huh? What is even the left side? I don't know. Okay. Okay, look at the entire pattern. Can't see anymore from so many red dots. Dots? Oh god. You have to remember, like in the Ace Attorney, we're gonna talk a lot about my ass. It's not gonna be awkward in the courtroom at all. Don't see a pattern there. This is the only one. It's like... There was apparently like an earthquake here. Okay, nothing there. Nope. Nope. What is that? That is my cursor. I'm so programmed to look at details now that I'm like, the curses like over a dark area. You see it like there in the middle? And I was like, what is this? It must be a drawing. It must mean something. Except it doesn't. Huh. Well, this room serves no function at all. And I have a feeling that this is actually the way forward and not the mansion. The mansion is only gonna give me more stuff to work with. Okay, I mean, it is at least something. A little bit. A little bit of conversation. Right. Okay, let's see what room I can draft here. Okay, despite that in the shelter we still have a safe that most likely has something important in it. I have the problem that I don't know what day today is in game. And that is a problem. We get the magnifying glass and sledgehammer. Okay. Sledgehammer. Okay, that is not the worst. Not the worst. Yeah, but mostly it's still like a lot of mystery going on. At least for me. I still haven't reached the antechamber even once. Only like close. Yes, please, because I got a sledgehammer, so therefore I get free loot. Cool. And I get 3 keys. That is very generous. That's an E in the hallway. That is a repetition. Closet or storeroom? You know what? We chose the closet. We choose. Okay, I like the die, but I'm not sure if I want to pick up the compass. I understand the importance of the compass because he wants to build a lot of rooms that bring you forward to the north. But at this stage, I still say like it's more important to place down as many rooms as possible instead of trying to reach the antechamber. Stack, tag, it's S in the closet. That is a repetition. So no, I'm not gonna pick up the compass. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, let's put down the bedroom. And I still don't understand if the chess pieces are important or if they are just a red herring. Bat and bath. So it's an H in the bedroom. That is new. There we go. What are we going to put down here? Pantry, den, or this, which I cannot. So the den it is. Where we get a gem. Car and cart, that's a T in the den. T, that is a repetition. Now this time I'm going to put down the observatory. Oh yes. Oh, free loot, cool. Coins, key, gem. Very good. Okay, what do we get? The diamond. That is very good actually. P and peak as per usual. So it's a K in the observatory. There we go. I never have ever put down the secret passage. Leads to a room of a color of your choice. Okay, so it goes into a room and then I choose a color and that is gonna be the next room in that direction. Or I put down the billiard room, which might give me security access card, keys, and goes a tier up. You know what? I'm going to put down the secret passage for the sake of learning this room. And because I never drafted it before, so yes, let's do this. Okay, clock, lock, C, and the secret passage. Secret passage. Clock, lock, C, and the secret passage. Okay. And I will make the assumption that I choose the correct book. I see. So you don't want red. Oh, it even says on it where it potentially leads. Oh. But that's interesting. I feel compelled to use the gold sink. If everything goes right, then this is going to lead me into the vault. But I could be wrong. Let's try it. Okay, so... okay, now I understand it. So it's not gonna give me a specific room, it gives me a specific color, and it draws only from those rooms. That makes sense. I would love to put down the showroom, but I can't. This leads to a dead end, and I have been before in the laundry room. I will say I will put down the laundry room. I'm not yet quite sure how the laundry room works. Road rod. It's an A in the laundry room. A laundry room. A laundry. Okay. So I'm not entirely sure how the laundry room works. It's really strange. Oh, it also helps if you put your cursor on it, because then it actually explains to you what it does. Okay, so it exchanges items. Okay. Exchange all your gems with all your coins. That's a terrible thing. Okay, I understand the logic of this room. I get it. Aha. And this is also important. This room is connected to the boiler room. Okay. That means this specific washing machine holds something for us. Okay, I should write that down. So, laundry needs boiler room. Okay. Well, that's all I can do here. Funny part, if you have the wrong rooms connecting to the laundry room, it's not gonna help at all. Sad. Okay, yes. I'm gonna get 2 steps back. Right. Okay, so... Storeroom. Key, gem, bright, and bridge. It's a G in storeroom. Storeroom. A G. That's new. Yeah, that's new. No. Oh, yo. Spare room or the pantry, spare room or the pantry. Bruh. Or the kitchen. Whatever. Pantry it is. You get 4 coins, something to eat. and ideas. Pry and pray, so it's an E in pantry. That is new. Okay. I was wondering how long it's gonna take to throw the stupid chapel into my face. You know what? I'm going to power down the courtyard. And look, the courtyard is giving me the metal detector, which is nice, but guess what I would prefer? I don't know. Could it be A, the shovel, B, the shovel, C, the shovel, E, the shovel? It's really weird with RNG games. It always feels like that every player gets like some kind of stipulation where the RNG is going like, you can get everything except this one. This one will be legendary, mythical, rare. While everybody else is like, hey, I get this again. And it just makes you sad. No, not sad. Well, let's pay our last gem so we can get more gems. Smile. More dig spots, of course. Hey, some coins. That's nice. You could also give me a shovel. Did you know? What can we put down here? I would say we put down the billiard room. Because it holds more stuff for us. That's new. Okay, the number cannot be higher than 20. Is this still a 4? No. Okay. Is this an 8? No. Okay. Is it a 20? No. Oh my god, how am I supposed to know what this stands for? Is it a 14? I have no idea. What? I don't get it. First point, I don't play darts. I have no idea about the original dart rules. But I also don't understand what this means. I really don't. So the game literally wants me to go through everything. Absolutely everything. Is it 1? It cannot be 1. It cannot be 1 because it is an addition. So everything below 4 is out of question. Is it a 5? No. Is it a 6? No. Is it a 7? No. An 8? A 9? A 10? An 11? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, a 16. So it was a multiplication. Either it's a multiplication or it's a fixed number. This next step is basically your control to see if you understood the rule. Okay, so that would be 3. That would be a 12 if it is that rule set. Okay, so it's not that rule set. So it's a fixed number. It's what? Now it's confusing. Huh? Wait. Unless it's... Wait. Unless it's a subtraction. It shouldn't be a subtraction. Let's test it. So that would be a 16. Is this a 17? No. Okay, so I have not understood the rule set for this. What is the rule set for this? Okay, so it highlights the middle section. It also makes it the same color as an addition. But it also displays a square. So I brute forced the first solution, and the solution is 16. Now is the question, is it a multiplication? Because 4 times 4 times 4 is 16, but it is not a multiplication. Unless it is a multiplication. Okay, let's see. Let's test this again. So if this is a multiplication, that would be an 8, and that would be a 4, and that would be a 12. So if 12 is correct... No, it's not. Okay. Strange. So what is the rule set here? Okay, what is 16 multiplied by 4? 6, 12, 18, 24. That's a 64. That doesn't make sense. Unless we form a 20, which is possible. So let's say we form a 20. But then this would be a 17, and I think I tried that, and it was wrong. Huh? The game actually makes me do math, and I hate it. It's giving me a math formula, it gives me the result and one number, and I need to find out the other number. Is this what we call Pythagoras? Is that the garbage I need to put my mind and brain through? If yes, fuck it. What does this imply? Because the result is 16, and I have 4. 4 multiplied by 4 equals 16. 20 minus 4 equals 15. 16, not 15. 20 minus 4 is 16, but it is not 4, it's not a multiplicator of 4, it is not a 12 as a fixed number, it is also not a 0, it is also not a 20. It is not a 20 because the next one would create a 17 if that was the case. So if it was 20 minus the other numbers, but it's not. Is it 100? No, cannot be 100. That would be 25. So it's not 100. Is it a 50? That would also not make sense. What is this? That would be a 40, a 60, a 64. So 64 divided by 4 is a 16. Let's say it is a 64, but we cannot divide a 64 by 3. We can, but not in under the game rules of this board. Huh. It's not a multiplication. What is it? Dot is 50, I think. Even so, if it is 50, doesn't make sense. When you have a 4 that is an addition, and you have the middle, let's say the middle is 50. It displays the color for addition, but it's not an addition. So it cannot be a division, because that would not give us a full number. It is not a multiplication, because that would give us 200. It is not a subtraction, because it would be 46. What is the rule set for this? What is the rule set for this? I also like that this game is not only giving you puzzle rooms, but it gives you puzzle rooms with repetitive puzzles. And then at some point, it's like, hey, let's change the puzzle a little bit, right? And I'm like, Regardless, I like it. It's like it's expounding on existing puzzles with new rules, which is nice. But still, what is the rule set of this? What is the rule set of this? It's not a multiplication. Despite that 4 multiplied by 4 is 16, but it's not that, because you cannot apply the same thing here. Even if I go by separated multiplications, this would create a 4, and down there an 8. And an 8 and a 4 equals in a 12, but I tested the 12. It was wrong. If I click here on 12, it goes back. So it's not that. The solution for this is 16. Is it as stupid as I think? Wait, maybe it's not that. Okay, it's not that. Huh? Is it a 9? Oh my god. Okay. Plus minus multiplication division. That cannot be divided by 9. Okay. Why? Wait. Is it that? And you do this? It's that, isn't it? Okay, this is a 1. Ha! I understood. I have understood the logic behind it. I get it. So what it does is basically, yes, it gives you the color of an addition, but it is not an addition. It is basically just saying, go multiply yourself with, go and multiply, can I English? Go and multiply yourself with yourself. So, when it was just a 4 in green, which would usually indicate an addition, there's nothing to add here, since it's only one number. It goes, I assume the square in the middle represents a mirror, I guess. So it was 4 by 4, which is 16. In the next one, it was 1 by 1, I think. I don't remember. Regardless, it's basically every green number must multiplicate itself with itself and then add it together if there's more than one. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Doesn't make much sense, but okay. So, well, we didn't get great items out of this room. Sadly enough, but we will get an additional gem here. And this is our only way forward, which is scary as hell. Security corridor or parlor? Parley? Sure, let's do the risk play. Tie and tear. So it's an R in the parlor, which is a repetition, by the way. All 3 statements are false. 2 statements are false. The gems are in a box with the false statement. This is a trick. all three statements are false. He's literally creating a paradox instantly. Is the box false or is the box right? Is the box false or is the box right? This is a lie. Two statements are false. We have one. The gems are in a box with a false statement, which is a lie. And this is a lie. And this is the truth. It's in here. Haha. Hi, Bob. There we go. Cool. The fact they put this on a box is absolutely crazy. All three statements are false. What a conundrum. The nook. Yeah, I have to put down the nook. There's no other solution to this. Okay. Crow and row. It's a C in nook. Nook. A C. That is new. Mew. Game is really, really gentle today. Very gentle. Know what? Yes. Anything of metal here? No. Tube and top. That's an E in West Wing. That is a repetition. And it didn't write down what I just typed. Good. Let's go here first. The lab has now lost basically all its function except for being a normal room. Hello, Chapel, my old friend. Would you like my coins again? I really have 13 of them. Would you like to nap all of them? Yes, let me put down the furnace. That sounds like a very good idea. I could put down security, but I feel like security has a better place to be. So let's put down the guest room. Not the most useful thing, but hey, 10 steps, why not? Cot and code. The car keys. Code and cot is an A in the guest room. Guest room, where are you? It's an A in the guest room. It's a repetition. Repetition. Nothing else. Let's see what we can do here. Would you like to use a key? No, not really. Okay, would you like to use a key? Okay, I will pay the price for a drawing room. I wouldn't mind to get a gem. Tiger and Tear. It's a G in the drawing room. G in the drawing room. That is new. G. Drawing. Okay. Let's first go here. You. I feel like when the game recognizes that you have like more than 3 keys, it seems to make you use more keys. At least it feels like that. The dark room can potentially hold items. But you know what? Let's pay my last gem. Because haha, hee hee, smile. Sage, it's a T in the commissary. T. That's new. Commissary. Oh, the game wants to give me a shovel. That is that is so generous that I almost feel like I wanna buy it. How nice. I feel like I don't want to buy anything else, but if I happen to get 3 more coins, I can get myself 4 gems. I'm okay with that. The utility closet. And for the very first time, yes, the chamber of mirrors. Which is an end room. You can now draft second copies of rooms you already have in your house. That is not the worst choice. I do this especially because I just want to see this room. Oh. That is not how mirrors work. Okay. Are you displaying me more? No. Interesting room. I see a gem over there. Okay. This is fire and fear, so it's an E in the mirror room. Mirror. Male. That's an fear and fire E. Mirror. Okay, let's press this wonderful button apparently. Okay. Is this helping me in any shape or form? No. Is this permanent? I have a feeling this is permanent. This is potentially permanent, but only potentially. So it's a room that is getting open the more you enter it. I hope it holds itself through the process of going through this. Yeah. The workshop, an interesting room. Chapel, a very terrible room. I want to redraw this. Man, I wish I could put down the courtyard again. That would be so useful. Am I going to put down the bedroom? I guess I have not much of a choice. Yeah. The purse. That is not bad, but it's a little bit late to finding the purse. Chart and card, which is an H in the bedroom. H in the bedroom. That is a repetition. And we enter the mirror room again. Press this. That is pretty mean. That is definitely pretty mean. But okay. Yeah, well, if I'm already here, I guess let's just waste our steps for this by literally going wrong. Very good. I just wasted steps for nothing. Okay. Anything of notice here? I have already the pictures. There's my gem. Thank you so much. Okay, that is extremely unhelpful. But okay. Let's go here. And see what we can draft here. Of course it's locked. Didn't expect anything else. Well. Okay. The pictures are that. Oh god, why? No. Not the tag and the picture that nobody can tell what it is. Why is this interactable? I have no idea what the letter here is. A, beach, day, cliff. I don't know. I have really no idea. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Well, that is nice, I guess. Sure, take my key. The one day I finally get the shovel. Okay, I have a metal detector. The problem is, it's not really a problem. Sure, let's screw myself over. Yes, that is very helpful. Yeah. That is extremely unhelpful. So all the doors on the left side are wrong. But the metal detector goes off by that door, but also by this door. And this is fake, so behind both of these doors, there's a metal object. Could be coin, could be key, could be something else out of metal. Wow. Wow. Yes, it will demand of a key, regardless. I chose wisely. Wow. So it gave me a metal detector noise on both doors because the key is here, which is literally like between those doors. The reason I chose this one is because the middle one would lead to a door to leave the room, which of course doesn't work because there's a wall there. So I was like, well, it's more likely to be in a corner than actually on a passageway. So this is one of 4 levers that you can find that open the antechamber, but only one side. And you can bet, if I click on that door on my right side, it will demand a key. It will. It will. I can back out if I don't want to use it. Yep. It's using a key. I want to go back in the small hopes that will now be shattered because I jinxed it. That I will not be... that I don't need a key here. What? It's gonna ask for a key of me. Oh, I double jinxed it. I like it. Now that is something useful. Well, we are going to put down I would say the dining room. Because food, right? The gem I would have. No. The gem was good. Rain and grain. So it's a G in the dining room. G in the dining room. Where are you, dining room? There you are. And this is a new letter. A new letter indeed. Of course you want a key. The pantry, the den, or security. God, no, what am I going to do? Okay, the security is still important because it deactivates security doors. True, but it will also eat my last gem. The den is going to provide me with another gem, which is nice, don't get me wrong, but the problem is I'm on a tier level where most doors will demand for a key. So I'm going to put down the pantry, for it will give me 4 coins, and I think the purse will add one. Yep. I will get some fruit. We're going to note down that spine and pine is an S in the pantry. And that is actually a new letter. Now I have 12 coins. So what I can do is, well, click on this with the biggest surprise I ever expected, never and ever expected. The cloister. Oh, that is that room. The cloister I have seen today for the very first time since I played the release of this game. Losing half of my steps puts me back down to, well, if the game is nice, 16. This is risky, but I don't care. It's like, it's okay. So I'm losing half my steps, which is now minus 15 steps. Sucks. I get it. Let's look around. There are some hidden stuff. There is not. Tie and time, that's an M in the weight room. That is a repetition. Okay. Regardless, this room is open and it is going to put us on rank 8, which gives us a dinner. For the first time I have a shovel with me and I get myself a key. That is very Good. I still don't know how to call down this elevator. Not a shovel thing? A coin? Okay. Not too shabby. A security door, which I can open. I have a key card. Oh, I have a key card. That is true. Does mean that this is not gonna nom a key. Still worth a try. Oh, it's not gonna ask for... it's not gonna ask for... I wonder... I never actually paid attention to this, but I wonder if security doors are offline and set to unlock, if they ever actually ask for a key. It wouldn't make sense. The den, the West Wing Hall, or the kitchen. I will put down the den because why should I? No. Crate and rate, that's a C in the den. Den. That's a C in den. Okay. We want to see where this is going. It's asking for a key. Of course it does. So what I'm going to do is basically backtrack. Before I do that completely, I will at least give this a try. Okay, I expected that it will ask for a key. So we go down. Do I want to try and... Yes, sure. Okay, it's also asking for a key. Was to be expected. So, dinner is served. I have 10 steps. But we get some tasty, disgusting lemon glazed salmon. Let's have a dinner. Sadly, we do not have an aquarium, so therefore we only get 20 steps in 10 instead of 30. The next thing I want to do is going down. Here I am. And we want to go here. So 2 rooms forward, then to the right. Have I actually put down anything green there? Yeah, the patio and the courtyard. Shit. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 14, 15. $16, $17. Yeah, sure, why not? Okay. So I first actually want to go down, down, left, right. Down, down, left, right. So the reason I go back down here is because of green rooms. And green rooms have a tendency to have dig spots. We found a rock, an unremarkable rock, not worth picking up. But what if I want to have the rock? An old tin can, not worthy picking up. I see what the game is doing. A key. Good. And a brick, not worth picking up. What do you mean? I can take this brick and throw it at people. I shouldn't do it, but I still can do it if I want to. Doesn't make me a good person or anything. Up, left. This game is like, what, old tin can? What, a rock? What, a brick? No, you don't want those. Why does the game decide what I want? It's not fair. Okay, so here I am. Now is the question. I feel like I shouldn't go in this direction for the Great Hall, because there's only one option for the Great Hall. I really should go up, in all honesty. It's the end of the world as we know it. It's the end of the world. Top cake. Of course you are going to present to me only the finest rooms of the entire mansion. Oh. This is the very first time I see the rotunda. That's an interesting room. That is also probably the most valuable room around the antechamber. But only if you're allowed to rotate this room 360. Yep. Otherwise, this room wouldn't be so useful. Well, I guess I'm going to draft the boudoir. We have found some money. And the best part is, why am I up here? Why am I up here? I actually wanted to go to the shop and buy gems and keys. I literally shot myself. Stupid. It's really not useful. Yes, let's look at the most important things with this. Okay. Okay. I tested the other side already. It's going to ask of me of a key, so will this. So we are going to make a nook, which gives me a key. And I didn't pay attention. Paint and pint, so it's an A in boudoir. It's an A in boudoir. Okay, good to know. And here we have. Oh my god, what is this? That's the mansion. And that's a hose. So it's a hose and a house. So it's a U in the nook. Where's the nook? How does the alphabet work? That is actually a new letter. Crazy. Okay. It even lets me draft something without asking for something. Lose half of your step. That sounds fantastic. Sounds like a fantastic plan. How about no, and instead let's put down the courtyard. You know, for some reason. Hello. Free stuff. Nice. More dice and coins. And something to dig. Old shoe, not worth picking up. I love this game. Give me a can. Oh no, it's a turnip. I get 6 steps. Nice. Fresh turnip from the ground below the marmor. Wait, marmor is German. Marble. There we go. Below the marble slab. The delicious turnip. Which is questionable, as you might have to ask yourself how the turnip did grow underground without sunlight. I have one more key, which... Okay, where? Oh. Oh, here. Well, thank you, game. You're giving me key because you asked for a key there. Sure. Friend. I have to take this risk and put down the parlor. Yep. An apple. That's more steps. Sadly, nothing else to pick up. What do we have here? Now that's interesting. What is this? Oh, it's plan and plant. It's a T T in parlor. Parlor. There's a T in the parlor. New. Parlor. Okay. Riddle time. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. Yeah, okay, that tip is very interesting. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it. The gems are in a box that is actually blue. So that's a truth. And that's a truth. The fuck? Gems are in a box that is actually blue. If this is true, this box is blue. That rhymes. The gems are in a box with the word blue on it, which is this box. And this box says the gems are actually in a box that is blue, which is this. And this one exists. It should be in the blue box. Gems are in a box that is actually not blue. The gems are in a box that doesn't have the word blue on it. So they're both lying, and this is the truth. Because even if they're both the truth, then this is the lie, and it is always the box that is alone. No matter if it's the truth or the lie. Right? How? Okay. Well, yes, I cannot always be right. Of course, it's gonna ask of a key. Oh, great! The music room. Never seen before. Here it is. I can actually place it down. And I probably should. Nice. New room. Oh, okay. Music room. A key and a secret garden key. Oh no. Oh. Find here within these first words sung the key you seek in major tongue. Half the sheets are missing from the 4. You hold the rest far flung. That doesn't even rhyme. A half note held is quite the pun. What? So first is definitely very obvious, a hint. Find here within these first words sung. But half the sheets are missing from a nun? Before you hold the rest far flung, a half note held is quite the pun. Among us. This scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys, in bold words sung by you and me. First words, a fractured note, an urgent plea, in bold words sung, I do repeat. First words on the. What? First words on the. First words on the. Yes, first words on the. That is my fantastic hint for this entire puzzle. Wonderful. Absolutely fun. So I guess I have to write down a lot. Find here question mark with oh God. Find here with in these first words song question mark the key question mark you seek question mark question mark in major tongue but half question mark the sheets are missing from question mark the for question mark you hold question mark the rest far flung. Doesn't rhyme. A half note held. A half note held question mark is quite the pun. Is quite the pun. You're so funny. Next. Among us. Among this scattered symphony. Symphony. Symphony? Question mark. A message hidden beneath the keys. Beneath the keys. In bold words sung by you and me, question mark. A fractured node. Yeah. Okay. Fractured. No. Bring me back to page 2. Ah. Okay, a fractured node and your urgent and urgent plea in bold words sung. In bold words sung. I do repeat, question mark. This is not convoluted and is probably mostly a red herring. The ones of you who off question mark assume question mark that you question mark alone can solve this tune are likely going to get your due question mark and all the rage that will ensue while working on this simple clue. The simple clue, yes. This extremely simple clue. White pages. It is probably just the bold words and nothing else that is really important in all of this. But hey, let's just get screwed over. Lined with melodies question mark. Do hide the words we've come to seek question mark. And from our choice among us, among all these, we write down one that seems to be question mark. The loud best type with ink that bleeds question mark. Find here. Find here. I don't know. Yourself within these first words sung? The key is you seek. The key you seek in. You seek in major tongue. And here within these first words sung, the key you seek in major tongue. Well, first, that half the sheets are missing from the four you hold the rest far flung. And half the note, a half note held, is quite the pun. Musical jokes, haha, hee hee. There's a good YouTube channel for that. Among this scattered symphony, a message hidden beneath the keys. Yes, in bold words sung by you and me, a fractured note and your urgent plea. In bold words sung, I do repeat the ones of you who oft assume that you alone can solve this tune are likely going to get your due, and all the rage that will ensue while working on this simple clue. White pages lined with melodies. Does do count as bold? Hey Bob, do hide the words we've come to seek, and from our choice among all these, we write down one that seems to be the loudest type with ink that bleeds. We write down one that seems to be the loudest type with ink that bleeds. Ah? Pages lined with melodies. To seek. Seems to be bleeds. I mean, it says first words on the first words on the I guess first words on the note. Find the here sung key. Find the key, but the four first words on the first words on the first words on the what? I guess this is meant a combination puzzle with the workshop because in the workshop, the workshop has also a music sheet. The workshop has also a music sheet, but the workshop is also special. The workshop randomly has stone tablets with numbers or letters written down on it. I think it's only actually letters. And I only have found one so far, which was an I. But I never actually wrote down what the sheet itself is like saying. Because now I have only the hint of like first words on the what? And if this puzzle actually is like, oh yeah, you need like the first words on the half note, then I'm lost because I cannot read any more music sheets. So I wouldn't even know what a half note looks like. I mean, a half note is probably something like this. You seek. No. Here with in. Here within first. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. I have no idea, especially since the hint is not complete. First words on the. Find here the key, but half the four. A half note held. Among this scattered symphony. Bold words snuck by you and me. Bold words sung I do repeat. Ones of you who off. This is the only word where you can imagine which words must follow. Because it will be often. We write down one that seems to be, which makes sense as a sentence because bean seems to bean is not really leads hierin sungen Kien Siken often foreign holden. I really don't understand. I don't understand this. You know, we could put in a music puzzle where you have to play like the piano. Haha, that seems like fun, isn't it? Smile. Yeah. Denoted in verses. Uh-huh. Denoted in verses. Okay. But isn't that literally... Wait, isn't that literally always that note that begins any line anyway? Yeah. Find the... Find the find the but, okay? This is on this page the only line that has this one. Not in the top left corner. And it's an A. And here again. A in. And again. That doesn't make sense. All the notes are literally on every page. Exactly the same. I try to spot the difference. There is none. There is none. Okay. Okay. Do I get maybe another hint? Would kind of be useful. I have no idea what this is. Crate? 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 Draw? Drawers? No, no, that cannot be. Delivery box? Delivery box, crate, parcel, storage, box, planet, planet, earth, 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 paint, paint, pant, pint. I don't even know. I also cannot solve this. I have no fucking clue. This is my only clue. Denoted in verse. That's my clue. That doesn't help me at all. Not at all. In any shape or form. Nope. Yeah. I could use a special key. But do I want to? Not really. You piece of shit. Well, let's lose some money to religion. But there's an upside to this. For the absolute very first time, on day 11, I will actually be able to enter the antechamber. That is impressive. Maybe we actually do need this device for these specific candles. Okay. Why do they have numbers? I just noticed. I know that this is like that blah. That's 4, that's 5. Should probably note that down. Okay, what is this? This is the chapel. So, 1 is garden, and 2 is the kitchen, and 3 is, what in the heck are you? Farmer? I guess? 4? No. 4 is, yeah, this, which I don't remember its name in English. 5? Who's 5? You are 5. That's the maid. And 6 is this, which is the jockey. Is there more to that? I have a feeling that this thing... No, it's not gonna do that. Be strange. Okay. You are 7. 7 is, well, queen, so to speak. Queen. This is interesting. There are seven figures depicted here. And the law room talked about 8 people. There's also someone hidden there behind that shrine. It talks about 8 people, but it says we will receive only 7 of 8 letters from 7 different people. I have a feeling these stand for family members. Of course, I could be wrong. Anyway, we will now enter the antechamber for an anticlimactic run, because I will assume that the actual door that we need to go through is locked. I wouldn't be surprised, okay? That's new. So, it is a very uninteresting room. And as I expected, this is a locked door. To continue up, you must go down. As above, so below. Smile. The basement key. Yes, but no. Unlocks the basement door. Well, I have an idea that the basement is probably here in the foundation. It brings still us to the problem that we literally can't call down the elevator. There is a possibility that there is actually a draft room for the basement. Potentially. Okay, I mean, good. I reached the antechamber. I got myself a key, which I have a feeling is gonna get taken away from me. And I don't have the according room to send the item to the next day. Of course I don't. Yeah. I don't have any keys anymore. Don't even need to try. Yeah. I have 9 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I mean, why would I even put the effort into doing this? It's not gonna help me at all, in any shape or form. Okay, first things first, we go here. My suspicion is that this is my access to the basement. That is my suspicion. Problem is, we cannot get it down. There is also not any entry. There's also no keyhole anywhere. This is weird. I mean, we cannot fall down there. Doesn't work that way. I logically could jump and grab onto the edge of this to get into it. Still would be too foolish, because there's a possibility I lose my grip and fall down there. Despite that, I would probably not fall down there. Huh. I really wonder how you get this thing down. All in all, it actually doesn't look like an elevator. I mean, this just doesn't look like it would actually work like an elevator. But it has to be. I just don't know which room is required to make this thing go down. No clue. Because only when this is down I can actually use it to go further down, which I assume is the only way to the basement. Could be wrong. Fun times. I mean, in the end, I reached the antechamber on day 11. That is good. I need to go here, right? Yeah. And then here into dining room. Further down. And then in this direction. I have only 3 steps left. I mean, I could buy 4 chips now. Or I could buy 1 gem and 1 key. It doesn't actually give me anything, but I could do it. I'm going to lose all my money anyway. So who cares? Oh, I can more buy. Sure. Give me more gem. Nice. I have 7 gems. I don't know for what. But I have 7 gems. Well, that concludes this day. Well, I see it as a success. I entered the antechamber. Just don't expect that I will get the key for the next day. Just curious where we are gonna get put down. Get put down? That's not even English. What I'm even talking about. So I permanently always have 20 more steps now. Because I think of the sauna. But yeah, it took the key. But this also makes sense. This actually makes sense that the foundation, this card, is fixed at this place. It makes sense because, like, it's basically next to the antechamber. That basically is the indication that you need to use the elevator there to get down to the basement. That makes sense. Okay. I get it. Still, I'm missing quite a lot of rooms. On top of that, I'm missing 6 red letters. Which is crazy. I wonder where they are. I wonder where these 6 red letters are. It's really strange. And I still don't understand for what I need TNT. I also need apparently something that allows me to carry the TNT because our character is like, TNT. I should note down the music sheet in the workshop if I ever get the chance to get into the workshop ever again. And I should, because I still have like this one contraption that says like it burns fuses and lights candles, which I still have a feeling it might be used for the torches outside in that hallway there. Like, I'm still missing so much. I miss a lot of rooms still. So I'm missing information. I'm also looking for an admin, which I'm not yet sure what it is. There's still so much left of this. It's crazy. Oh, that's basically what I wanted to check out, if the game is actually taking the key. There are also rooms that are extremely specific. Okay, That is basically what I expect. It will reset the entire day if I quit here, which makes perfect sense.